Hey there, it's Lenny Magill with the GlockStore Performance and Custom Shop right here in San Diego. And today I want to do a little update on the Big Stick 33 round Glock Factory magazine. 33 rounds in one magazine, which is a lot of fun because you load it up today and shoot till tomorrow. But the key is that these are hard to get lately. And there's a reason they're hard to get. And, you know, literally a lot of our customers have been waiting for them for a while. Now, we just got a big shipment, which is really cool. So I do have them, and they may, come, but, I'm going to tell you that we haven't seen them for about 3 months. And I'm going to tell you why here in just a second. But let's think about what this is available to do. It's a 33 round Glock magazine. And the interesting thing about it, people always say, well, does it fit in my Glock 26, my Glock 27, or my Glock 19 or my Glock 17? And yes, it's a Glock 26. When you stick the Big Stick magazine to it, it fits, it functions, but it sticks out a long way. Okay, that's one big thing. But it does work. All right, same thing with a 19. Checking this out. 19, boom, there it is. Boom. And so it does, kind of makes a little bit more sense there. And now for the Glock 17, what's very interesting about it is that this magazine, and when you compare it with a Glock 18, which is basically this size, that's the full auto version of the Glock, and that's why they use that 33 round mag. And that's why it was really invented for the Glock 18. This being the Glock 17, the single shot, or semi-automatic, should I say. It fits like that, and it does have a little bit more sticking out of it. It's not really terrible. Now, what's interesting, again, is that these magazines, these Glock 9mm magazines, are really transferable throughout the entire line. So that means, while as a 26 mag will not really fit into a 17 because it doesn't lock up, and a 19 round magazine, or excuse me, the Glock 19 magazine will not fit into a, it'll fit, but it won't lock up into a 17. The opposite is true. The Glock 26, of course, takes the standard Glock 26 magazine, which is a 10 round 9mm. It also takes a Glock 19 magazine, sticks out, and it also takes a Glock 17 magazine, which sticks out. Now, we do sell the X grip that goes around and gives you a perfect grip with this magazine. So, for those of you in the free states of the United States, that would be anywhere from, except for California, and now I guess Hawaii and a couple other states are now 10 round limits. You could put a 17 round magazine into your Glock 26 with the X grip, have the full size grip with the mini slide. It's a great package. And it's something we sell a ton of because it really makes sense. If you want to conceal carry this, you want something smaller here, but you also want the extra rounds and the extra grip that really makes this gun a little bit more shootable and pointable. So that's kind of how all these magazines work. You can always, like I said, put a larger magazine into a smaller gun. You can't put the smaller magazine into the larger gun. Now, let's get into why these 33 round magazines are so hard to find. It's because of the invention or introduction of the 9mm carbine. This is the FM9. It is awesome. I mean, really, there's like no recoil. Looks cool. It's got the California fin on it. So those of you who don't live in California won't have this or won't need it. But here in California, you're not allowed to get a real grip on the gun, so they make it go like this. Of course, you can only use 10 round magazines. So a couple things to keep in mind. The Glock 19 10 round magazine will fit in California, or then even in the free states, you can fit the other magazine, which would be the 15 rounder. Of course, the Glock 17 round mag or 10 rounder in California for the Glock 17 would fit and function like that. This is an ambidextrous magazine release. And then, of course, the 33 rounder is going to fit as well. And that's why these 33 round magazines have become so darn hard to get, because there's a lot of these starting to go out there in the world. People really like this, and there's a reason they like the 9mm carbine. One, of course, it's cheap to shoot. 9mm ammo is significantly less expensive than your 223 ammo, okay? The other reason is that there's literally no recoil. And with a red dot optic, like this Holosun here, or whichever one this is. Yes, this is an aim point. Okay, with a red dot optic, you can literally shoot 100 yards with a 9 round cartridge. So it makes a heck of a lot of sense to get a 9mm carbine. And this FM9 is one of the really cool ones because you can see it's pretty sexy looking. Now, on another scope or another way, Ruger has introduced what they call their PC9, or PC carbine, I guess they call it. It's actually more traditional of a rifle, the traditional stock. It does one thing that I think is pretty cool. We've got it paired up here with an aim point, of course. It will shoot out to 100 yards or even longer with a 9mm cartridge. And it does accept Glock magazines. So check that out. Is that cool? So there's your Glock 19 magazine. Look at this. Glock 26 mag sticks in it. All right. Of course, Glock 17 magazine sticks in it. And then, as I have been talking about, the Glock 33 round mag sticks into this a PC carbine from Ruger. What's really neat about this PC carbine is it is ambidextrous, just like the FM9 in a sense, that this charging handle will go on the other side for you lefties, okay? And it will also take Ruger magazines. So they do have a Ruger magazine insert. In fact, it comes with a Ruger magazine insert, to be quite honest. That's part of the way it's assembled. But they have in the box the Glock magazine insert, which I'm sure most people will use because the Glock mags are much more popular. One of the features I want to show you with this particular gun is that it does break down in half. So now check this out. It's pretty cool. Okay, so the bolt is locked back. There's a button back here, okay? You lift that button up, twist it, and off comes the barrel. So there's your backpack gun right there. And you want to put it back together, just line up your lugs here. Let's see if I can get it done. And that's it. So it's that quick. These are pretty cool. Now, what's interesting, I think, about this in particular in my mind, this barrel's really heavy. I mean, you know, compared to even that barrel, it's just a heavy barrel. This whole piece is a little bit heavier than this guy. Well, maybe about the same. But it just seems like the barrel's a lot heavier than the rest of the gun, so there's a lot of mass out there. So there's like virtually no recoil with your 9mm. So, you know, the guys in the store are just, you know, going crazy. These are California legal. And, well, so is this one with the fin. And, of course, if you don't live in California, you don't get the fin. You don't need the fin because it's, you know, not it. But for you guys who are in California, this is totally California legal. And anybody else is the same thing. Legal anywhere. It's just a 9mm carbine that uses Glock magazines, and that's why everybody is scarfing these up, these 33 round Glock magazines. All right, so that's why we haven't had them for the last 3 or 4 months. I thought Glock stopped making them for a minute, but they, of course, do make them because we just got a whole bunch of them. I made a special purchase just to fill all of our back orders and to have some in stock. Now, this is the last thing I want to show you. It's a Lula loader. If you don't have one, you need one. I am honest, I'm not trying to sell you something you don't need. This is something that is like a must for anybody who shoots a lot, especially if you have a 33 round mag, because the way you load this thing is you basically put the Lula loader over top of it. Now, it'll work on any of the other magazines too. And it works on other magazines besides just Glock magazines. So keep that in mind too. It'll work on Ruger and Smith & Wesson and SIGs. So this is a universal tool. And you know, if you're the only person at the range who has one, you'll be everybody's best friend. So you stick it in like so, and you come down here once, and then watch this. You let go, and you come back and do it again. So it's a gross muscle movement. You're not tearing your fingers apart. You just get there, and you just go bop, 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 bop. And you can do it on your chest as well. So when you're sitting in the range, you know, you're sitting here just feeding them like that. And you can feed the 33 round mag pretty quick. And even when it gets to that last round, you have a lot more force on it because you're coming down with your whole hand, your whole arm to be able to get that last round into there. So there's a look at the magazines for Glock and these new 9mm carbines, which are taking the market by storm. It's really one of the hottest things going in the firearms industry because it's lightweight, less expensive to shoot, little recoil, and they shoot Glock magazines. Now, I'm Lenny Magill we have Glock magazines. Every single Glock magazine we make a point to stock. And that's why I wanted to do this video, because we were out of these for so long that I thought, hey, what is going on? What's wrong? And I finally, have been making all the calls trying to figure out what's happening. And I found out that these guns are sucking up so many magazines that Glock just didn't ramp up production enough. So they finally got caught up, and I got a whole bunch of them for you to pick up right now. So if you're looking for a 33 round mag, get on our website or give us a call. It's GlockStore, and we're here in San Diego. Of course, you can't shoot these in California because they're really dangerous. But if you need some magazines, give us a call. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.